Hey yo, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another board game unboxing. In this episode, we're continuing on our Deep Madness quest, adventure, whatever you want to call it. Today we're looking at the Oracle's Betrayal expansion. Very cool looking. So this expansion came out as part of the 2019 Kickstarter campaign for the reprint of Deep Madness. Very cool stuff. You can go look up the data there and see what all was included in all the cool Kickstarter-y stuff here. Or you can check out some of our previous episodes where we've been going through all these expansions and the core box and the stretch goals and all that other good stuff. But yeah, today we're looking at the Oracle's Betrayal. Comes in a very cool looking box here. It's basically the same size as all the other expansions we've had. Nice looking cover. They've always been doing things a little close to the hip as far as the covers themselves are kind of dark and vague and don't give you a whole lot of information about what's going on, I guess. But still very cool looking stuff here. Let's go ahead and flip this thing over and take a look at the side art. It's basically the same as the front. Flip it over to the other side. Not a lot of variation in these things for the side art, but it is what it is, right? Alright, cool. Now the back of it gives us some actual information about the game itself. We got some cool flavor text here and then a list of all the components. So let's go ahead and dive into this here. You awake into a nightmare world, birthed in pain and torment. You don't know who you are. You don't remember why you're here. All you know is that you need to escape. But the longer you struggle through this horrific place, the clearer it becomes that escape could very well be impossible. There are other things in this world with you. Tortured, brutal creatures interested only in their own survival, and strange, vicious collectors out to harvest your brain. Welcome to the Oracle's Betrayal, an expansion for the board game Deep Madness. This expansion features 3 new scenarios that will push investigators to their absolute limits. With the introduction of the new trial mechanism, investigators will find themselves forced to aid this new horrific world to the hurt of themselves and their team. Phrasing's a little off there, but it is even possible that some investigators could be completely overtaken by the world's creator, Dr. William West, and become his unwilling, tortured puppets. To counter this terrible threat, the investigators will gain the new fusion mechanic. When activated, investigators will be able to join together to use special abilities and tactics that they could never achieve on their own. The Oracle's Betrayal features 2 new investigators, 3 new monster types, and 1 new epic monster, the mad scientist turned god, Dr. William West, adding a total of 26 new miniatures. Very cool premise here. Very nice indeed. So let's go over the expansion components here. We have 1 rule book, 5 room tiles, 2 investigator figures, 24 monster figures, 2 Williams trial markers, 9 brain markers, 18 mind tokens, 6 mind barrier markers, 8 Williams domain markers, 8 spawn/devoured effect markers, 6 psycho tokens, 3 Hannah markers, 2 investigator cards, 5 monster cards, 4 scenario cards, 1 puppet investigator card, 6 Williams will cards, 9 puppet cards, 15 victim cards, 8 fusion cards, 8 search cards, 8 madness cards, 20 consciousness cards, 5 room cards, 2 activation cards, and 14 spawn cards. It does say at the bottom, this expansion requires the Deep Madness base game to play. If you haven't checked out that unboxing, go check out some of our past videos. I've got the base game unboxing there for y'all to enjoy. It's for 14 and up, 90 to 120 minutes, 1 to 6 players, Jelly Cube, Dimension Games, Choking Hazard, the Oracle's Betrayal DM003, our UPC code here, and copyright 2019. Very, very cool stuff here. Let's go ahead and start unboxing this thing. Slice this cellophane wrapper off to get into the goodness underneath. I don't actually remember if these are going to be available. I don't think this was a Kickstarter exclusive, but I don't really know if they sell the games much by themselves. You may have to check with your friendly local gaming store to see if they carry this kind of stuff. I don't remember seeing much on at least the shelves in my area with anything to do with Deep Madness, so you may have to do a secondary market for a lot of this stuff, but good luck to you though. Alright, slide the box cover off. And let's take a look and see what we got here. We have the rule book here. It seems a little thicker than some of the other ones we've had, but an extended version of that cool artwork from the cover. Very nice. We've got 20 pages. We'll flip through just a couple of these here. Yeah, overview stuff, component lists, some cool looking miniatures here. We should get to see those in a moment. How to use the expansion, new stuff, new people, the storybook, and if you don't want things spoiled too much, don't read much of this stuff, but we'll flip through it real quick. But if you want to, you're welcome to pause and try to read that. I do love the artwork and all this stuff. Very nice looking. Alright, there we go. So there is the rule book. Very cool looking. We'll set that to the side. Next up we have our punch boards. Lots of cool stuff in here. Let's see if we can get this a little closer up so y'all can kind of see what's going on. These are double-sided, and it looks to be slightly different on the other side, but you can kind of see what these tokens look like. Standard cardboard punch-out boards. Nothing too exciting there. Yeah, there's that. We've got our small room tiles and our large room tiles here. We will zoom in and take a look at those here in a few minutes. Then we've got miniatures in here, cards and accessory stuff under here. So pop this one out. This is our larger cards, and again we'll zoom in and take a look at those. Then we've got our regular size cards and our miniature cards. Very, very cool. I like that they include these trays to house the cards in, so you have some place to put them and store them when they're not in use. That does just pop out. And then we've got our tray of miniatures, and then that's all that's in the box here. So set that back over here to the side. Let's see, most of the time we've got some tape on the top and the bottom of these trays. Looks like nothing on the side. So let's go ahead and slice this tape off real quick. Alright, and then we'll lift the cover off. I've got a little denny thing going on right there. I don't really know what's going on, but no big deal. Alright, that goes back into the box for the time being. We will zoom in to take a look at the miniatures here in a moment, but as you can see, we've got quite a few here. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad guys, 2 good guys, and then a whole bunch of duplicates for these figures and all. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that particular sculpt. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 4 of these guys. 3 of these guys. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys. And one single one for our quote-unquote epic monster. The big villain here. We'll zoom in and look at the actual miniatures here in a moment, but we're going to slide that to the side for right now. We will look at the cards individually here momentarily as well, so we're going to put those off to the side. We've already looked at the punch-out board and the rule book. We do have the tiles here, so let's go ahead and look at the tiles. I guess we can zoom in a little bit more for the tiles. Bear with me while I adjust the camera here. That's probably going to be pretty good for that. We'll start with the larger ones. It looks like we start with 36 and then go up from there. So the previous base game and expansions so far have been keeping the room numbers consecutive. So 36 through, what is this, 40 is specific to this game, and some of the other games have small amount of tiles here, but they are adding up consecutively. We don't have any overlap so far. And I'm trying to get my X-Acto knife blade into this little, there we go, that thing. Alright, throw that to the back side here. We have 36 and 37 here. Some nice room tiles here. Very cool looking artwork on it. Try to get the glare off of that for y'all. And there is 37. The back side of this is essentially the same room, but this is the devoured version of the room. So when things start hitting the fan, that's the devoured side. Same thing for 37. We've got regular version and the devoured version of each of these. So very, very cool looking. There's our two big room tiles, and then we've got these smaller room tiles. Let's check them out if we can. There we go. I do like the fact that they have kept the naming scheme or the numbering scheme fairly consistent with these things. So like the expansions start where the other expansion left off. So we got 38 here, 39, and 40. And then if we flip these over to the back side, we do have that devoured state. The devoured state. And our final tile, devoured. Very, very cool looking. Nice system all in all for Deep Madness here. So let's go ahead and look at cards, and I think we're going to zoom in a little bit more to get a little closer here. So yeah, let's jump cut right here. Zoomed in for cards. We're going to take these all as separate items here. So we'll start with the big cards and then work our way down to the small cards. So we're just going to slide these off screen temporarily and get these things sliced open. Okay, throw that to the side here. We have, let's just see, let's try to get this without a glare on it. This is going to be Clarence Branham. And we'll look on the back side, we've got the bios and everything, but we'll look at those here in a moment. Stick these down here. Then we've got Hannah. And then these are going to be some of our bad guys. So we've got a victim. We've got the collector. Dissected. William. Reveal the puppet. Yes. So now we'll look at the other side of the cards. We have the puppet itself. We've got William. And then these are the regular sides of these cards. So and then our flavor text for our investigators. So you can pause it here if you want to actually read in see what this says. I'm not going to read through it, but... And then for Clarence. Cool stuff. Alright, so there's all of our regular size cards. We'll go with the... Sorry, those are the larger size cards. These are the regular size cards. So... Alright, more trash. So back sides of these are fairly standard, so we won't have to look through all of them. Each different type of card has a different type of back, so you'll know exactly what they are for and not for. Yeah, so we don't have to bother looking through the front sides of those though. So we'll try to do it this way. Feel free to pause it here if you want to actually read through the text and everything right here. But we've got Mind Cutter, Mind Cutter, Mind Collector, Mind Collector, Mind Cage, Mind Dissector, Brain Tissue, Brain Tissue, Victimized, Collecting Souls, Vivisection, Sacrifice, Sacrilege, Compound Hysteria, William's Hunger, Severed Reality, Consciousness Tests 1, Consciousness Test 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then Chapter 1, Trimming Victims. Chapter 2, Collecting Tissue. Chapter 3, Limbotomy. Chapter 3, Limbotomy. Very cool though. It's sounds like an interesting expansion. Alright, these are our miniature cards here. Our last cards to look through. And then we'll get to the miniatures themselves, which is usually what everybody wants to see. So, yeah. Alright. So, flipping over these on the back, we do have some nice actual artwork on the back, but no actual text or anything. Just trying to make sure we don't have anything specific that we're going to overlook for y'all. Yeah, so nothing really to worry about on the back, so we should be able to breeze through these pretty easily. I'm going to try it this way, but yeah. So this is Clarence Brannon, Hannah, Victim, Victim. I tend to get more of these than I expect when I'm doing the small cards. Collector, as in I pull more than one at one time. Collector, Collector. See, I did it like right there. Dissected. I did it again. Dissected. I should probably maybe shuffle these before I try this. Dissected, Dissected. William, William. These ones are going to be our room tiles. So you essentially randomize your devoured states, and you pull which room you're going to actually end up converting over to the devoured state. So that's what those are. So one for each room that we have. Then here we have Twitching Strings. I guess I could do it this way. Guided Hand. Am I out of the glare now? Sorry. Unearthed Exploitation. Unearthed Exploitation. Persuasive Whispers. And this one is a blank and a blank and a blank and a lot of blanks until we get to here. So I don't really know what those are, but and then this one's a 0, so I don't know what that means, but then we have these here. So this one says frailty. Frailty. This was a cool movie, Frailty, if you haven't seen that. Frailty, trapped, trapped, trapped. Submission, submission, submission. Amnesia, amnesia, amnesia. Fractured, fractured, fractured. Mingled minds. Shared dreams. Violent sacrifice. Overflowing health. Absorbing madness. Gifting enlightenment. In your stead. Amplified vengeance. So that takes care of all of our card decks. So pretty nice so far. We'll move on and grab our miniatures next. Miniature time! So these are all the miniatures that come with this particular expansion. We are not going to look at every single individual miniature. We're just going to look at the ones that are unique. So, but just to give you an idea, we do have a row here that are the same character. Then these are the same. These are the same. These are the same, and these are the same. And then these are uniques. So we'll be doing it that way. So I am going to slide these to the side, and we're going to start with our investigators. But I'm going to readjust the camera here down to make it a little easier to see, and then we're going to pull these up here and look at those a little closer like this. And get the camera to quit shaking so much. It's very fiddly sometimes, but alright, so this is one of our investigators. Very nice looking, cool details. Got the teddy bear or whatever that is on the side. Very cool. Alright, so there is one investigator. Our second investigator here. Again, some nice detail work on these things. Do a little spinneroony for you. And how close can we get in on the face? Not very. I keep forgetting I've got a light on this thing. I don't know if it actually works or not. Let me see if I can press the button real quick. Did that actually work? I don't know if it helps or not, but try to do a close-up. I don't think it actually helps too much. But anyways, there is our investigators. We all switch to the bad guys now. So we've got this one here, which is, I guess I should mention, the investigators don't have ID markers on them, whereas the bad guys, they usually do. So this one is 016A. Can we get that? Yeah, 016A. Let me, I'm looking through the viewfinder on this thing to try to see what y'all are seeing, so it's sometimes messy. But this is a cool sculpt though. I like this one quite a bit. These, the gray miniatures usually show up a little bit better. Yeah, so we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys. Then we've got 4 of this one. And this is going to be 017B, as in Bravo. This is a really unique sculpt here. This is a cool one. I could see this one being reused for other sci-fi games. Maybe some fantasy games as well. A little steampunkish thing going on for some divers or something like that. Yeah, very cool looking. So 4 of those. And then we've got 4 of these ones, which is 017A. He's got the big pincher things going on. I'm getting kind of a Bioshock vibe out of these guys. Yeah, 4 of these guys. Then we've got this one here, which we have 3 of these, and this is 018. I think that's what that says. 018. This is a cool looking monster. Nice. Can we get a little closer on the face for that one? That's cool. Yeah, 3 of those. And then we've got this guy here, which is 016B. And I guess this is the alternate sculpt from the very first one that we looked at, which would make sense. And we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys. And then our last miniature is the big boss for this particular expansion, 019. William. A very cool looking miniature. Sweet. And if we see what's in his tray there. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. Alright, so yeah, there are all of our miniatures here. Very cool looking. I like this particular pack. We've got some good variation in these. I really do like these guys here with the crazy helmets and the crazy cutter bolt things. Those are pretty sweet. So there you have it. Deep Madness, the Oracle's Betrayal expansion. Overall, I think this is a pretty exciting expansion here. We've got some really nice looking miniatures. Pretty cool looking campaign. It's kind of what you would expect out of an expansion from this particular game. So I think this one's firing on all cylinders. The brain mechanic and the collector idea thing here is kind of crazy, but yeah, cool looking nonetheless. So I don't know, have y'all played this one before? How does this particular expansion rank amongst the other Deep Madness material out there? What's your experiences playing the game so far, if you have done so? And if not, are you looking forward to it now? Are any of these expansions jumping out to you as I really want to get this one to add to whatever this journey is? Yeah, so leave those comments down below. And I guess we're out of time, basically. So thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. We have a few more of these Deep Madness expansions to go through, plus a few other extras, whatever else we can find here for Deep Madness. And then we also have some of our past videos. If you missed one, go check those out as well. Drop some comments down below. Let us know if you'd like to see anything featured in a future episode. I'll be glad to try to hunt something down and get it out in front of y'all. But yeah, until next time, game on.